Hello, everybody. Originally, I wanted to do a webinar covering this topic about LinkedIn automation scraping for sales, recruitment, and branding. But then I decided let's do a live video, which you maybe are watching on LinkedIn, maybe you are watching that on Facebook, maybe YouTube, Instagram here is as well. So LinkedIn automation, what this is all about. I will be going here back and forth from my slides into LinkedIn, into some various tools. We're going to spend here maybe 30, 40 minutes about this topic. A lot of people ask me, like, how do I use actually automation? Is it worth it, or do I need it actually? As you can see, actually on my desk at work here at Recruitment Academy, Good Call and Datacruit, I have more computers doing some robotization, mostly on LinkedIn. As you can see, there are some tools running, and I'm doing some things there. I will explain throughout this webinar, like live video, what this is all about. If you don't know me, this is the three companies I'm actually working at. I'm the co-founder of these three companies. Good Call, like the agency where we actually do the work and where we actually use the automation, not only on LinkedIn, but on Facebook and other type of automation as well, for the recruitment purpose. Recruitment Academy is the educational platform, and Datacruit is our ATS, which is also pretty much about automation as well. But this is a different topic. Currently, in 2020, our company Good Call was actually awarded by Financial Times as 415th, the fastest growing company in Europe. By the way, you can know some of my content, maybe the book People's Merchandise, maybe the training box Recruitment Engineering, which is something like 30 hours of talent sourcing content. So this is the agenda I'm going to cover throughout this live video, where I'm going to cover LinkedIn search automation. It's basically how to automate searches on LinkedIn and why actually is worth it for sales, recruitment, maybe branding as well. Then I will cover the automation of posting and engagement. It's also maybe that's one of the areas where you wouldn't expect it that much, but that's also possible. I'm going to cover bulk actions with LinkedIn. Maybe how do you want to send bulk messages on LinkedIn, which it's not possible at the moment with LinkedIn account. Even with the paid account, it's not possible. And finally, I will touch on scraping, how this relates to automation. Do I need it? All right. So here with the tools we use here, you can actually put the comments, even if regardless of you are on YouTube, maybe you are watching this on LinkedIn, maybe on Facebook, you can put comments and questions right there. Hello to Konstantinos. I will see those questions, and maybe if it's actually a smart question, I can pop up the question on the screen so other can see your profile and question as well. So I'm going to cover this as well. So let's dive in. Let's dive into the agenda and topics we have here. So when we want to cover search automation with LinkedIn, there is actually one native tool which you can use, that or tool, a feature actually, which is embedded in LinkedIn. It's called Search Alerts. When you have a non-paid LinkedIn, I'm gonna switch back to here. You can do some search, something like I had there Java. Okay, so maybe I'm looking for some Java. It doesn't matter at the moment, but let's create a search here, Java, searching for people in some location. Let's put there, for example, Berlin. So we don't have like 10 million of results. And as you can see, we have 25,000 results, which is okay. And now it's a lot of results, of course, but it's Java in general in Berlin. It's not limited just to programmers and developers, yeah, because in this search there will be a lot of recruiters, there will be a lot of managers who used to be engineers back then. There will be some directors and so on. So there will be more than just developers, but that's the topic for a different webinar. But if I want to automate this and I want to know about new Java developers in the Berlin area, which means people who registered to LinkedIn newly, people who changed their profiles and they changed, for example, position. They were, I don't know, students and they started to be Java developers. So they changed the role, they put there the keywords, or maybe simply people who are Java developers for 10 years, but they decided to actually fine tune their profile and they put actually the word Java and suddenly they are searchable for this keyword. So maybe one of those three options might be the case. So when I create search alert, I can actually cover this. When you have non-paid LinkedIn, you can cover it on a weekly basis. So when I do it right now, in a week, LinkedIn let me know how many and what are the new Java developers or profiles which are new to this search query I did right now, and I can go through them. When I skip into LinkedIn Recruiter, as you can see, here is the paid, the company paid profile, where when you click on this, you can go to save searches. If you already saved some searches, or maybe some other members of your team already saved some searches, you can actually go here and you can see, for example, here that those searches are really comprehensive. As you can see, a lot of local words, a lot of words with the different kind of, that it's not only one form of the word, but many of the forms of the words to cover it properly. And here, actually, it is on daily basis. So when you have the paid profile, you are much quicker. Another difference is that here with the non-paid account, you are limited to 3 searches. Here with the paid account, you are, I think, limited to 90 searches, I'm aware. So daily searches, you can save up to 90 searches, and you can quickly see the new results, or you can turn it on and off if you need. Yeah, so that's one thing. If you don't have let's say budget for the paid profile LinkedIn, there is one workaround which you can use. I will show you right away. Of course, what might be, for example, not from the recruitment perspective, but from the maybe sales perspective, you are selling, I don't know, maybe some software, some cloud solution or something like that, and you would like to know what are the new employees of some specific companies. Yeah, so you can do the similar search. You can, if you are in the non-paid LinkedIn, I'm not sure how well you know LinkedIn, so you can pop in right here into the people search. And for example, let's say I'm looking for a new employees of a companies, for example, IBM and for example, Good Data. Or for example, Avast in the Czech Republic, let's say, or in Prague. Yeah, I can do this. I can apply the search, and now I will see the current employees. And just let me check. I put it into title. Of course, you need to put it into company. That's why I have so few. So I have something like over 1,000 results, and you can do the same, but there's a glitch. As you can see, currently I'm not able to see the saved searches in the right column. Yeah. What's the reason for that? The reason for that is that you didn't put anything into the keywords. For some reason, LinkedIn wants from you to put anything into keywords to actually show you the saved search results. Yeah. So what you can actually do is that you can take what you have here in the company, and when you copy paste it here, so I will go apply, I will copy paste it here, enter. Yeah, let's wait for it. And now I have the same result. As you can see, we cannot see the results precisely. LinkedIn changed it. Actually, LinkedIn changed that for a paid account as well, that you see like 1,000 plus, and which me personally, I don't like it. I would like to see precisely what's the number of results there, because when we are doing this fine tuning, this little bit of like hacking here and there, it's definitely beneficial to see the exact number of results. But here we see that it's the same, and suddenly save searches are here, so I can save search and create a save search alert, and I will be alerted about actually new employees at these one of those 3 companies, or maybe no new employees, but employees of these 3 companies who, for example, started with their register to LinkedIn, which might be information for me, and now I'm going, for example, to sell them something, to connect with them, to have them in my network in terms of branding and so on. Yeah. So that's also possible. If you want to, for example, be alerted about new people speaking German, that's also possible. Few ways how to do that. Probably, let's say, more precise way how to do that is using paid LinkedIn account, like LinkedIn Recruiter here. And when you go to search, which looks like this, it's the very same search like in the non-paid version, only let's say the logic is the same, the UI, UX is a little bit different. Yeah. So I can put here into spoken language, I can put here German, and what it does is that it will show me people having the German in the section language. Yeah? Because in the non-paid LinkedIn, when I would like to see people speaking German, I would put it here into keywords. Yeah? I would put here like Deutsch or German or Deutsch and so on. But I would see all the people having the word German anywhere on their profiles, not only in the language section. So it's like a broader search. In this case, I can see people who have it in the section languages only. Okay. Plus, I can put their proficiency of the language, the knowledge of the language. So I can put their professional working. It will take also the above, the fluent, and so on. And when I want to have maybe not exhaustive results, but more precise results, I would save this search. Of course, probably you need some location to be looking for German-speaking people in some location. Yeah? So looking for people with some language with a non-paid account and be alerted for that is not that precise with a non-paid LinkedIn. For this, it's better to use paid LinkedIn. Here is the workaround if you don't have the paid LinkedIn, or now we are mostly talking about LinkedIn Recruiter, not Sales Navigator, because in Sales Navigator you are the search for spoken language is not there. All right, so search automation using Google Alert. This is the workaround. Google Alert is the free service by Google, which you can easily Google actually. So let's hop into Google. And I'm going to put here Google Alerts. All right. And so imagine now you would like to automate, for example, some LinkedIn search, which you don't have a space to do that over here, yeah? Because as I said, there is a limitation for 3 saved searches. Yeah, so you need to do something else. So if you put here site colon, and I'm, for example, looking for maybe in Slovakia, so I can put there sk.linkedin.com/in, and now I can be looking for it really doesn't matter now, banker. I can put here even for example the city like Bratislava. This is the search which you would normally use in Google for searching for people on LinkedIn. So if, for example, you hit the commercial use limit on LinkedIn, so it means that LinkedIn cannot show you more than 3 results in the search results. You can actually go here and you can transfer it into this so-called X-ray search, and you will have the results. We will use the same search. We will put it into Google Alerts. In show options, we need to put there all results, any region, English, automatic, and how often do you want to do you want to get the alerts? Yeah, we can do as it happens, which means that anytime Google find out a new profile, which means it's a banker in Bratislava on LinkedIn, I will get a message from Google, hey, this link, which for us means, as you can see here, not just a link, but for us it means a person on LinkedIn. Google will actually notify us about it. Here, the benefit is that you can know about like immediately as it happens. Of course, that as it happens means that Google actually index it, that profile. But let's say LinkedIn is one of the maybe 30 most visited websites on the internet. So it's visited by the Google scraper, by the Google bot. It's basically, I would say, every minute almost. Yeah. So it's really precise, and you can save as many as you want. Yeah. So you are not limited by the limitation 3 free saved searches. All right, let's move on. Automation of LinkedIn posting. Yeah. So how you can automate LinkedIn posting with LinkedIn? It's you are not able to do it. There are no native features which would allow you to actually do that. Yeah. So I can start a post. I can do video, picture, and so on. But when you, for example, use Buffer, Hootsuite, or for example, we use Contentino, which is software actually from Slovakia, contentino.com, you can actually schedule and automate your posting. So as you can see, it's not about LinkedIn only. It's about Facebook, Instagram, Twitter, and so on. So in this case, I can choose my profile, and I can schedule content right here. So I can create a new post. As you can see, you can create also a carousel, which is also a format you can use on LinkedIn, but not natively. Natively, you can use this format only for company profiles. But here, when you use this Contentino, you can use that natively as well. So here you can put whatever you want, picture, link, and so on. That's a different story. And here I can say, I don't want to be, I want this post to be published not on 13th, but it's actually today, but 14th tomorrow at 10 p.m. Yeah? And tomorrow at 10 p.m., this post actually is going to be published automatically. So this is actually pretty neat, because imagine that usually over the working hours, you are busy, you don't have time to go to Facebook, to LinkedIn, to Twitter, to do the posting. So you can, for example, over the weekend, schedule the posting over maybe next 2 weeks. And you can just, when you are like working and you are busy and so on, maybe you have currently some actual up-to-date content which you would like to post right away, no problem, do it. But you know that the main structure of your posting, it's there. So for example, on Sunday evening, you will say on Monday, I will put there this post. On Wednesday, I will plan this post. For Friday, I plan this post. Yeah? And it's there. And then you use just the stories, for example, on Instagram, Facebook, and so on, to maybe just make it even like nicer, more up-to-date, more authentic, yeah, and so on. All right, hello to Attila Herter. Hello, man. Nice to hear from you again. All right, so that's this automation of LinkedIn engagement. So we are posting, we are putting their posts, we have posts there. But is it possible to automate LinkedIn engagement? Meaning like likes, comments, and so on. It's possible as well. I don't necessarily say that I recommend it. I was testing that over some time. There is actually a plugin which is called lampod.com, where imagine the situation. We are, for example, here at Good Call in the Prague office, we have 9 branches. So in the Prague office, there are maybe like 50 people. So imagine that I put there a post and I want all of my people here at the office to like the post. Of course, I can open a mail, I can send all stuff, like the post. Sorry, I'm not sharing this, so now you can see it actually. So I can do that. Some people will like it. Maybe over some time, all the people will like it. All right. But is it possible to automate this? Yes, it is. When you have Lampod, you can put all of these people into one so-called pod, which means like a trust where we trust each other. And when you have it, it looks like this. This is, for example, a pod by Marcel van der Meer from the Netherlands. And when I have some post, so I can take link of the post. It's not really important right now. If you click on the three dots at your post on LinkedIn, you copy link to post. You take this, you put it here into this at post, and it will be liked by all of the members of the pod automatically. Yeah? So if I have all of the 50 employees in the pod, I will put it here. I would add post, and it will be liked by all of those 50 people automatically. They don't care because, of course, they would like it anyway, right? So it's not a problem. But the problem is that I think it's like my assumption over my testing that it actually LinkedIn, because LinkedIn as a website can see which plugins actually you use. So it's a problem that I think that LinkedIn is actually watching this plugin, and maybe you're a little bit suspicious activity, and LinkedIn can give you a penalty which you will recognize in a way that you will actually see really low engagement, really low views of your profiles you were used to have on average. Yeah. So this is, for example, HRCZ plus SK pod we created, where, as I said, I was testing that, but this is the problem. Yeah, if you know, if you want to know more about the problematics on plugins, just click on my blog, where you can go to. I think it's somewhere here. We need more internet. Yeah, so if you skip to my blog, you will find article right here about the complete list of blacklisted LinkedIn plugins, where Lampod is not there, but beware that Lampod is quite a new plugin, and the list I created here from the source code of LinkedIn was actually done, I think, last year. Yeah. So it doesn't matter if the plugin is on the list or not. The important thing is that LinkedIn can actually see what plugins you use. And I think, and I'm assume that Lampod.com might be a problem, yeah, from what I experienced. As I said, I have more computers testing these things in bulk. So that's just my assumption, even if I like the plugin, yeah, because it's definitely automating what we needed. And in the time when we needed it, yeah, because usually the likes, the most important likes, are really after you post the post. Yeah, when you, for example, your friend or employee or whoever will give you the like the second day, it's not that strong as when you have the like right after the post was published. Okay, let's move on. Bulk actions with LinkedIn. That's probably the heaviest part of this, where you can actually automate, for example, LinkedIn invites. Imagine LinkedIn invites is probably one of the activities you do most on LinkedIn. Regardless of you are selling, you are recruiting, you are just strengthening your brand. Maybe you are employee and you are putting more people from your industry into your network. So you want to show off, you want to maybe not show off, but you want to show your work, your experience to this group of people. So sending likes, like sending invites, it's one of the I think busiest thing which you can easily automate. There are, of course, many tools which you can use for that. Okay, Martin is commenting here on Lempot. Okay, so Martin is saying if you cannot understand it, that Martin says that Lempot is not a problem, that he uses it with his clients. So okay, yeah, thanks Martin for the opinion. So there are more tools which you can use, including PeopleCamp by Ivan Stojanovic. You can use DuckSoup. You can use, for example, this Linkit Helper. You can use any other tools. Linkit Helper, it's actually developed by Russians, and I would say I have quite a good experience with that for over several years. Please, when you are installing this plugin, don't use the version which is on the Chrome Store, on the Google Web Store, yeah, or the Chrome Web Store, because as you can notice, there is the version from 2018 or something like that. You don't want that version. You want you need to have the up-to-date version, which is on their website, which is that this is actually the way how you can install it. Download the installation file of the Chrome extension. So you need to have the Google Chrome then. Open a Google Chrome extensions section in your Google Chrome browser, enable it into developer mode, then click on Load Unpacked and just find the build_cloud directory, click on that, and you just installed Linkit Helper plugin. There is some freemium version, so you can try that for free. I'm usually paying like $60, I think, for half year for 6 months, so it's like $10 per month per one license, and the license it's transferable, so you can transfer it from one laptop to another. Yeah, it's not a problem. Yeah, so just don't install the version from the Google Chrome Web Store, which is an obsolete version, and you might have problems with it. Like I mean, really like the situation with plugins, as I already mentioned, this is still a plugin. Yeah, so of course any website can see that you are using currently, when you are opening the website, you are using Linkit Helper. So how to do the automated LinkedIn invites? Firstly, you need to do the search. So you do the search with people you would like to connect with, and then in the right corner here on the bottom, I can show it to you in the real life, which is here. Here, as you can see, it's Linkit Helper. Yeah. So when you do the search, I have here the German Deutsch, whatever. We can use that. Let's put there some like location, which is not, for example, Netherlands. There will be quite a lot of people speaking German, I guess. Okay, so we have almost 500,000 people, which doesn't make sense here, because as you know, you normally can browse here through 1 to 100 and not more. Of course, if you are a human being and you know how to get over the 100, you can do that. But normally, all of those plugins and tools, they are not able to do that either. And imagine we will be going something like 100 invites per day. Yeah, so imagine like divide this number by 100, how many days it would take to contact all of these people. So it doesn't make sense like to automate this list. Yeah, so ideally get some list, some results where you will have up to 1,000, not more. If you have 1,200, it doesn't matter. You will lose those 200 over 1,000, but it really doesn't matter. But it doesn't make sense to have like 5,000, 10,000, and so on, because still the Linkit Helper will take, I didn't want to use the word scrape, but take the first 1,000 results. Here you can choose what you want to do with that. So as you can see, there are many features, many functionalities you can use. Now we want to use collect, select, and invite second and third degree results. Yeah, which looks like this. Let's skip right here. As you can see, that's the collect, and we will get to here. Here, when you click on collect, For results where you have, let's say, 700 results you want to collect, it would take maybe 5 minutes. Yeah, so this is really really quick procedure where you just click on collect. It will be working for 5 minutes, and what you've done is that basically you just collected the links to all of those profiles you would like to invite automatically. Then you can change the search and you can collect another set of results. It doesn't mean that you can do this just once. You can do this collect phase repeatedly. So here in already collected, you will have, for example, I usually do it that I have there 1,000 results. Yeah, because 1,000 results means that the robot will be working something like 10 days without my attention. Yeah, when I have just 200 results there, it means that till tomorrow it will be done, and then I need to feed it again, which takes time and so on. So we are here about efficiency, about automation. So for me, the number is 1,000, which means like 10 days where I don't need to care about it. Then you go to message, where you can actually specify the message of the text. By the way, in the collect phase, you can also sort it. You can create a new list and you can name the list. With invitation is not that important, yeah, because you are not able to send invitation twice to someone. Yeah, so it's not that critical. It's more critical with messages, automated messages, because you can send more messages repeatedly to one person. Yeah, so it's more critical there. So if you want to avoid that you will send one message, not invitation, but message, for example, to one person twice, it's better to really sort it here with these default and this means nurses, Brno. So I had some nurses in Brno there, and so on. So you can sort it there. In message, you can put here the text of the invite. As you can see, you can use the variables. Yeah, hi first name means that really this person will get hi Peter. This person will get hi Thomas, hi Agnes, hi Martin, hi Aldo, and so on. Yeah, so it's possible to use first name, last name, company, like the and position. Yeah, so you can put there something like because you work as position, and it will be substituted by that. Of course, sometimes it happens that, for example, the person, like for example Peter here, can have like the position, for example, investment banker hyphen looking for a new job. Of course, the LinkedIn helper is not that smart that he would normally avoid that looking for a new job in this section. Yeah, so it's gonna put it there as well. Yeah, which maybe in one case out of, I don't know, 50, the person will really maybe recognize that it's automated message. Yeah, but that's, let's say, a text for that the rest of the message is automated without actually your attention. So it's of course also important when you want to use it, if this is really a problem that some person will actually get a message and the person will actually recognize that it's automated. So these are the variables. I would say that this is one of the strong features of this plugin. And then you can start inviting people. So you click on invite. I don't recommend to put here more than 100, and you can start inviting. When you hit start, you need to have this laptop open, or your laptop open, because you will actually see how the plugin is working. Yeah, so you will actually see that it's moving, that the plugin clicks on invite. You will see the text which is being written there. You will see everything. So if you want to work on your computer, like next to the robot, if I say it in this way, you need to take that one tab with the robot in the Google Chrome and extend it from your main Google Chrome browser and it's not a problem. You can work there. Of course, when you close your computer, when you shut down the computer, it will be paused. Then when you open it, it will continue. Yeah, so it's not a problem. But of course, that's one of the disadvantages with using plugins, because those plugins really are simulating your work. So you need to have your laptop open. So messages is similar. It's really much similar, just with the difference that it's a different functionality right here. It's not collect, select, invite, but it's message to first degree connection. So imagine there is no embedded functionality in LinkedIn where imagine you have 5,000 connections and you would like to hit them with some message. Yeah, you cannot do that natively with LinkedIn. You need to some extended tool like this to do that. So firstly, also you need to collect those recipients. So it's the same story. You can collect the recipients. You can prepare the message, which can be longer than in the previous section where in LinkedIn invites, it's limited to 300 results. And then you can broadcast it. Yeah. And as you can see, also the difference is that with the messages, you can actually broadcast 150 per day, where with invites, I don't recommend to do more than 100. Or I don't recommend you to do that with your main LinkedIn account. Yeah. Otherwise, you are risking that LinkedIn will actually get noticed and you will get some message about violation of the user agreement and so on. Yeah. So with the 100, you shouldn't have a problem. And with messages, 150. So that's it. That's the bulk messages with LinkedIn Helper. In this case, this is still the message. You can also export. Imagine that there was a functionality on LinkedIn where you could actually export emails of all of your LinkedIn connections. Yeah, maybe you wonder why. One reason can be that, for example, you want to create a custom audience on Facebook and target those people with pay-per-click campaign. So you needed those emails. It's not possible to do that now on one click natively, but you can actually use the functionality in LinkedIn Helper, profile extractor. Yeah, so here we have profiles extractor. And in profile extractor, just let me know. Okay, so you can see, I was just checking if you can see what I see here. So with profile extractor, you can actually extract into CSV file, which is something like Excel, all of your connections, including name and so on, but including email address. So you will have a column in an Excel file with these email addresses. Yeah, but like the speed of getting those emails is also like something like 100 per day. Yeah, so if you really have 5,000, for example, 5,000 connections, it will take you 50 days to actually get the full list of all the emails of your LinkedIn connections. Yeah. So the basic rules with LinkedIn Helper, which I think it's a powerful tool, even if some disadvantages are that you need to have your laptop open. It's a plugin, so any website, including LinkedIn, can actually know that you use LinkedIn Helper. So there are some disadvantages, but definitely advantage is that it's really smooth software. Even if maybe it looks like a little bit old school, it really does what it should do. And if there are some problems, it happened like 1 year ago that there was some problem where a lot of users of LinkedIn Helper were spotted by LinkedIn that they are using some automation software. They took it down from the market. They released a new version in 10 days. And since then, no problem. So they are really honest with that. Definitely, I don't recommend to increase the limit over 100 invitations. If you want to work next to the robot on the same computer, you just need to take the tab with LinkedIn Helper and take it from the main tab or from the main LinkedIn Google Chrome browser and have it there, for example, on the background. Then it's not a problem. When you want to leave your computer, don't forget to switch off the screensaver and these power saver options when your hard drive is go to sleep after some non-activity on your computer. If you want to, for example, let it run overnight. Yeah, and that's kind of it. It works with LinkedIn Recruiter as well, so you can automate in-mails, not only messages and so on, but in-mails as well. Phantom Buster. Phantom Buster is another tool of this sort. It looks like this. It's a website, actually. This is not a plugin, which is the primary reason why I'm using also this Phantom Buster. For example, on my main computer, I use this because this works in a cloud. Yeah, so I can shut down the computer and it's still working. That's I would say the main benefit. Another benefit is that Phantom Buster doesn't work for LinkedIn only, but it works for Instagram, Google, Twitter, Facebook, and all other GitHub, for example, and different kind of other platforms. Yeah, not LinkedIn only. With Phantom Buster, what you can do is that in Phantom Buster, you have so-called phantoms. When I click here on phantoms, or on the main website, okay, all categories. Here you can see, like, I think it used to be called APIs. Yeah, like small, let's say small applications. Yeah, so the Phantom Buster is a set, kind of a bigger, larger set of these smaller application, where each of these smaller application usually does some small activity. Something like LinkedIn Helper had, for example, a message to first degree connection. You can actually find, when we click on LinkedIn to filter down just the LinkedIn APIs, LinkedIn Phantoms, we have here LinkedIn Message Sender. Yeah, and LinkedIn Message Sender is just this functionality for sending the messages. But you cannot use the LinkedIn Message Sender just like that, because first, as it was in the LinkedIn Helper, when you are sending those messages, you firstly need to collect the recipients. Yeah, that was this functionality right there. So firstly, you need to use. We can actually see that in my dashboard already. These are the small APIs I'm already using. Yeah, with the plan for $30 per month, you can use up to 5 phantoms. And so LinkedIn Network Booster is for invites. LinkedIn Message Sender is for LinkedIn messages, and LinkedIn Search Export is actually for collecting of those search results. Yes. So first, I need to use LinkedIn Search Export, where I'm actually going to put there really like this link right here. You would put into the setup. You can see it's a different environment. Yeah, you need to get used to it, how it looks like. But here in the search input, you would normally put linkedin.com/search/results and so on. This would be this right here, this URL. And the output would be recruitment, LinkedIn, blah, 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 CSV file. So the output would be a file, kind of like Excel file, CSV file, which I already mentioned, where there would be a column with, or it would be basically a list of those people from this search. Also, just bear in mind that it's up to that 1,000 results. So it doesn't make any sense to have this huge search there. This CSV file you would put, for example, on Google Drive, share it, and that would be served as input for LinkedIn Network Booster if you are sending invites, or LinkedIn Message Sender if you are sending messages. So as we can see here in the setup, this spreadsheet URL or profiles, this is the link to Google Drive with the link actually to that file. Yeah, and with that, you put it here and you launch it and it's working. You can also launch it that, for example, it will be launched once per hour or once every other hour and so on. Yeah? So here then you can see the stats if it's everything works fine or not. Anyway, I recommend like going to network and check it on your own how it works. Yeah, when you see all, you would see clearly what's being sent, which invites being sent, which messages being sent, and so on. So you can check if really the robots do what you want. Yeah, if there are any glitches. For example, sometimes it happens that you misspell the variable. For example, yeah, in LinkedIn Helper, it's in brackets. In Phantom Buster, it's with hashtags. So you maybe misspell this, and you will see that there will be something like hello hashtag first name hashtag. Yeah, and you will say okay. That's a glitch, and you go back and you fix it. Yeah, so this is Phantom Buster, as you can see, and now it's actually after kind of facelift. Yeah, it was even more kind of like hardcore, maybe like program oriented UX or front end before. Now it's even better, but you need to get used to it. With LinkedIn Helper, it's kind of straightforward, because when you see here, you need exactly how many messages have been sent already, how many messages are going to be sent, and so on. It's like this dashboard is definitely more clear than the dashboard of Phantom Buster. Yeah, so as you can see, two different tools, two different advantages, disadvantages. I personally use them both complementary to each other. All right, scraping versus automation. I promised to tell you something also about scraping. What is scraping? Scraping is usually taking systematically some information from usually the web or from some applications, and those information are usually somehow structured. Why to do that? Yeah, I would say the first question, especially for you, because a lot of people heard this buzzword like there is some kind of scraping and so on, and the question is why to scrape. The first thing is, I would say, do you really need to scrape? By the way, the answer to Maggie here on LinkedIn, the recording will be available. Yeah, you are watching that on LinkedIn, so you will see the recording of this in the full length after that, or on my YouTube profile, it's going to be there as well. So imagine, for example, I have here this, yeah, and which is some structured data. It's a list of companies, and maybe for some reason you would like to have it on your hard drive because you will be working more with that and so on. So do I need to use some tool to scrape this? Like, it's how many? It's like 100 results. I would say in general, even if you need to like retype it, in this case, it might be the best option. Anyway, in this case, you can actually easily copy paste it. Yeah, so I could like copy paste it like that. Sorry, you cannot see that right now. So I was here and I was describing if it's necessarily, when you have this list of companies, if you need scraping for this. Yeah. So in this case, probably not, because I can just copy paste it like this and Control C or Command C if you are on Mac, and you can go, for example, to Excel and copy paste it here. Yeah, and you have it here. Yeah, so usually scraping is used firstly when it's really in bulk, in some volume. Yeah, so when we have the list of companies having for example, thousands of items here on the list over several pages, so it's not easily copy pastable, you may consider scraping. Another way for scraping is, for example, a lot of people are telling me that they need to scrape the LinkedIn results. Yeah. Why do you need to scrape the LinkedIn results? Like, have it somewhere like here. Is this more, I would say, user-friendly environment for you to work with? If yes, maybe then you want to scrape it. Yeah. But you really need to think of if that's really the case. In some cases, for example, here, when you want to scrape all members of a Facebook group and filter them by location, you, for example, need scraping, yeah, because it's not possible to do that otherwise. Imagine in Facebook groups, imagine some huge Facebook group, yeah, where there is 50,000 of members globally. Yeah, so some people from Europe, USA, and so on and so on and so on, Asia and so on. Yeah, so when you go through the group members on a Facebook, on a website, you have a total mishmash of different nationalities. Yeah, so it doesn't make sense actually to do that. Yeah, because when you are focused, for example, on Germans, only 1 per 20 will be German. Yeah, you would like to have a list with members of these with members from this group, but only Germans. Yeah, how to do that? So you can use Phantom Buster. You already know this tool where you can use Facebook Group as Extractor. Facebook Group Extractor is a Phantom, which is like the small application, the small API, which is going to scrape any Facebook group and put those people into Excel, yeah, into a CSV file. Yeah. So when you do this, then you can take this as this output from the Facebook group Extractor, and you can put it as input into Facebook profile scraper, which is another Phantom from Phantom Buster, and it's going to enrich the data from the first step. Yeah, because this Facebook group Extractor, the output, I think, is just the link, the URL to the Facebook user. Yeah, but here, instead of having just the URL to Facebook user, you will have also other like education, experience, and, by the way, location as well. So instead of having just URLs, you will have all the other information to those people, of course, to the extent what they have on their profiles. And then it's just a work with Excel, actually, with Microsoft Excel, where you can create some filters on location, and you can filter out Germans only. And then, of course, for you, it's suitable to work with that output. Otherwise, it wouldn't be possible. Yeah? So as you can see, sometimes, of course, this is also a problem of a volume, let's say, because if there is, I don't know, 500 people in a group, you could do that manually, like one by one, German, not German, German, not German, German, not German. Yeah, but with 50,000, it's not possible to do that anymore. Yeah, so that's what you can do. LinkedIn profile scraper, the same thing with LinkedIn. Of course, it's a question what are the cases where you need to scrape people from LinkedIn results. Yeah, maybe you would like to use it as input for some other tools, maybe. Yeah, but it's possible. Technically, it's possible. Technically, it's also possible with this is not a Phantom Buster. This should be Linkit Helper. This is Linkit Helper. So with kind of all the tools we described, Phantom Buster, Linkit Helper, it's possible to scrape from LinkedIn. If you want to scrape from anything else, like any website, you can use, for example, a plugin which is called Dataminer. Dataminer, it's a plugin. Again, it's a plugin. There are more tools like this, but this is kind of, I would say, standard already in this category, which you can use. And let me check. So this was the list 100 biggest companies in Washington. So as you can see here, for example, here is the list, largest manufacturing firms. Yeah, so you would like to, for example, have the list. You can actually have the list for $37. Here you can purchase the CSV, as you can see. So CSV is some list. You can expect that you are going to open it in Microsoft Excel, for example, or in some spreadsheet kind of application. So we can see just the 5 from the list. We cannot see more, but this is already a structure which we could actually potentially scrape, yeah, when we have more results. I found some on goodfirms.co, the list of companies, for example, here in Seattle. And as you can see, there is some list of companies with also some information here, number of employees and so on. And maybe you are creating some database for business development and you would like to have this in your database. Maybe it's Excel, maybe it's Pipedrive, maybe it's anything else, Salesforce and so on. But you would like to get this information from this website in the structured form into your database. So what you can do? So Dataminer is plugin, so it works on the top of this website where I can actually open it, and you create here so-called recipes. Yeah, and those recipes are like small. As you can see, I already created here some recipes for different kind of websites. So I can create a recipe where this is how it looks like. Yeah. Just let me check. Yeah, okay, you can see it. No problem. Let's close this. Yeah. So here you will choose if it's a list page or detail page. List page is this, it's a list. Detail page would be already the detail, for example, of one company where there are a lot of, for example, a lot of attributes you would like to scrape. But this is a list page. Okay, so it's all right. Rows. So rows, imagine those are the rows of the Excel file. Yeah, those are here like the rows. So when you click here into the input field and hit Shift button, sorry, just click in or click Find, for example, and here you would go here. You can see that suddenly these HTML elements are being selected. Yeah, I'm going just over, and you can see like that. So here with the scraping on the web, you really need to think in HTML, even if you cannot program in HTML. Yeah, but HTML is it's a markup language where, for example, Alex, some company Alex, imagine that something like in Microsoft Word, this would be a headline. So in HTML, there are some marks that it will mark this is a headline. Yeah, then it will mark this is a paragraph, this and so on. Yeah, so it's like onion. Yeah, going when you are peeling onion. So for example, here when I go here, the whole tab is actually for me a row. I want to have this as a row. So when I mouse over it and hit Shift, as you can see, something happened here, and I need to choose which element. Usually there is a div. When I click on div, as you can see, there are many items selected on the website. So it's not that. Yeah. When I click on service entity, that's probably it. As you can see, just the tabs selected right now are exactly the whole tabs with the company. So that's it. Confirm. That's my row. Perfect. And now I want columns. Yeah. So I have rows, and now I'm going after columns. So into a column, I want to put there, for example, name of the company, link to the company, number of employees, and hourly rate and location, for example. Yeah. So we can name, for example, diverse column name or company name and so on. What time of the format of the content it is? It's probably text. Yeah? I click text, find. I'm going over here and click shift. I have shift. And when I click here on this, nothing. When I click here, as you can see, just it's not that visible, but just the names of the companies are being selected. Yeah, so that's probably it. I click on that, and I can confirm, and I can check if I'm right or wrong. Yeah, I can go to this eye, click on that, and as you can see, there is some Alex visit website and so on. I could do that even better, yeah, because as you can see, there is some visit website and so on. So it wasn't exactly the element I wanted. Yeah, I go here. It's probably not it as well. When it's not here, you need to use these arrows up and down to find the element you want. Yeah. So for example, now I clicked once, as you can see, and only logos of the companies have been selected. Yeah, because one part of the column can be also a picture. Yeah, so you can download those pictures as well. Yeah. So, and with this, you need to work till you have your recipe. Then with the navigation, you put there also how this robot can get to the next website. Yeah, because here, as you can see, there is some pagination here. So you can say, hey, you will get there to the next page with this button. Yeah, so it will be incorporated as well. Some websites are a scroll based, so you are scrolling down and down and down, and it's extending the website. So you can do that with actions. Yeah, you have infinite scroll here. So it will be scrolling as much as possible, or it will be scrolling for 3 seconds and so on. Yeah? So there are some other like items like this which you can use, and then you can save it. Let me just open the recipe I already created for this. I hit run. So when you hit run, you can see this is the results. Yeah, I already did it before, where I have name of the item. As you can see, there is the Alex and other names, number of employees, website, and logo. Actually, a link to the logo. Yeah, I can download it as, for example, XLS or CSV. It doesn't matter for me right now, and save it. And then when you open it, let me open it. Okay, now I'm not opening that in the Excel, but this is the result. So it's almost the same. When we open it right here, open. So yeah, so this is the results. So we scraped the Seattle-based companies from that category, and we have this CSV file where each row is name of the company, number of employees, link to the website, and a link to the logo. Yeah, and this output you can use for whatever you need. Yeah, so this is the scraping. I would say this is the fundamentals of scraping. With the Dataminer, you can do quite a lot of job. And that's it. That's it from me. As you can see, automation can be really useful and can be really helping you on everyday basis. Yeah? So especially when you are doing bulk actions on LinkedIn. Anyway, you probably you can count it, but you are probably spending a lot of time on everyday basis just by sending invitations, sending messages, and so on. This all can be automated by that. With scraping, of course, it's connected with automation because sometimes you need to connect more like things together, and it will create an automated process. Yeah. So sometimes you need to use scraping. So it's definitely part of the automation. we just covered the fundamentals of the scraping. There are more, let's say, problems, more complicated websites where it will not be that easy. Just bear in mind that sometimes like the scraping and these kind of automated actions are not compliant with the user agreement of those websites. Yeah, so just be aware of that. Let me check if there are some more comments. There are some more comments, but if there are some questions. Lazaros, yeah, you are just a viewer here. Gabo is asking if if I do it something else than Bartikova. I know Miss Bartikova from some of my courses. To be honest, I don't know exactly what she's training or showing, so I'm not exactly sure. Okay, that's probably it. If you have any questions, any comments, any problems maybe with automation scraping, LinkedIn, recruitment, sales, branding, let me know. If you want to more about topics like this, you can just go to my website or to recruitment.academy, where we have a lot of webinars. You can see something like this. You can see from a recording, and it might be useful content from you. Thank you very much. This is everything from me, and see you next time. Ciao.